Greetings everyone, please give a moment to make sure everything's set on up. Looks like everything's booting on up. Give me a moment to turn on the live chat windows and the macros. That's been bugging out. There we go. Okay, that's good. Looks like that's all good. Everything there. Give me a moment to check my other computer. And that's all good. Need to turn on the light above me. Open up a drink. And I think everything is good to go. So let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grid here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay. Small on top or bottom left side as Green Earth Kindle, we have a foreign name. Small on top or right side as the even blacker hole, we got Lovi. Or Sami. New Eclipse Sami, we got Lovi. Forgot to say the word Sami, my mind is melted right now. So let's go ahead and get started. This map is a 3-base map, 1 airport. I know its capture limit is 26, so there's actually not too many properties on the map, so battlecopters will probably be a bit more rare. Sami may go for more battlecopters. She does lose 7% firepower on battlecopters. There are 2 comm towers, so she will get net positive, but usually judged by how many properties people can capture, on average will capture halfway based on the capture victory, and that is not very high. So it's going to be more infantry play. Battlecopter is going to be a bit more difficult. Sami has gone for an early tank. Kindle has gone for double recon. Does get a good shot there on that infantry there. I'm sort of surprised in one shot of the plus boost and firepower. Now think about it. Let's actually take a quick look at the damage of a recon on top of city onto unit on planes. I need a higher luck. The expected luck, it would be not a kill shot, but of a max luck or high luck, it would kill off. Recon does take 50% less damage, or takes 50% damage. I cannot think right now, can I? You have a T-copter in the field by Sami. She does get plus one movement range for. How did you not see that? Wait. No, seriously, this vision there, I'm pretty sure... Wait, what? Oh, it was the recon that got trapped there, not the infantry unit. I went too fast and I got really confused there. It's like, wait, how did that recon get the infantry unit trapped on the recon? It has some full vision range. I don't think you can trap on the unit when you have full vision of it. I'm just an idiot. Did interrupt the capture of the comm tower. Probably could have just left it at low health and continued the capturing. Tank moved down south. We do have a mech double T-copter. Is Sami going to go with a low economy, go for heavy mech play with the double T-copter? This is weird. I'm all for it. Kindle did get a tank out last turn. Does go for another tank, another pair of tanks, so Sami did go for double mech last turn, which is interesting. Another mech there, ready to be loaded from that transport. Artillery, infantry. The amount of infantry she's going to be focusing, artillery is still a good asset. Even does get a little bit less firepower. Does take a good shot there. Infantry, battlecopter, and infantry. And Sami needs to go for is said that you want to go for an A-tier or opposing battlecopter no later than turn 10. It is currently turn 9. With our cast vision, we know a A-tier would be a good idea this turn. I can't think today, can I? My mind just completely melted. I just can't properly think. Mech ready to be loaded. T-copter, A-tier infantry. Tank, infantry, and artillery. Do have another mech. She's going very heavy mechs. I know she's infantry commander, but even then, you don't really see this many mechs in Sami play. Going for the comm tower, she has, of course, double or 50% increased capture progress. And right now, Kindle does have 3 comm towers at the moment, so she does need to obtain 1. Does spot the 1 health infantry. She has a lot of nearby infantry ready for ambush. She will need to strike that infantry from 2 sides, likely to interrupt the capture. Tank hits tank. Mech is in range of tank, and she does get plus 30% firepower bonus on the mech. And there's also 2 mechs in range, so this tank can pull back. That tank could be double tapped by mechs. So it's guaranteed to go down. If she somehow goes for a double time, then mech will be able to strike this mech here. It's actually a good turn for a double time. Tank finishes off. Goes for shot infantry, so no double time. Double time is something that should always be a possibility in my opinion. It is very nice since it improves your firepower of your infantry units from 30 to 50%, right? Sorry, I just need to remind myself the percentages. Yeah, 50 then 70. Infantry recon, another mech, and battlecopter. Urban Blight has been summoned. Urban Blight, also in my opinion, it should always be comboed with the boost strike from urbanized terrain, and that's possibly get a boost strike for 3 health to hit a 6 health. But I think a lot of players use Urban Blight too much just try to do this global damage. You got to mix in the booster strikes there. Does take out the mech there very nicely. Does spot the artillery. Hits the tank as well, so this is a great wave of attacks. And right now, Sami's pretty much lost everything. Tank, infantry, battlecopter, and infantry. You don't have to get too many booster strikes for Urban Blight to be more worth it. But I think players are wasteful when they go for just global damage. Generally, just and Borderland okay for global damage. You do have a mech in the forest. Tank, infantry did not go for replacement 8 tier. But we're relying on the 9 health battlecopter. Try to flip the comm tower. This comm tower will be flipped. Battlecopter, infantry, and tank. Number of captures, 19 versus 16. Sami right now does have 3 comm towers, but that will likely change. More battlecopters being blown up by Kindle. Infantry, and battlecopter. She's going very heavy in battlecopters. Granted, infantry, Sami's infantry will be superior if you go for this many infantry. But to be fair, it's not a bad option. Your infantry still do 100% firepower against the opposing infantry. And plus the amount of infantry that Sami's going to be trying to deploy on the field. Then again, it's always a bad idea to do base skips. extra infantry to fight extra infantry is not really a bad idea. And seeing how many mechs Sammy's been pulling in the field, though it looks like we do have a nice sprinkling of them across the line, the extra mechs means heavier assets may be a bad idea. Kindle does have a good number of tanks on field. Has 7 tanks, 4 battlecopters versus 2 tanks, 3 battlecopters. We do have a medium tank out deploying the field last turn. Tank is in range of the tank. If there's a double time, the mech can sprint and hit the tank. Though her power charge is getting nice and high, so she should go for victory march relatively soon. And 6 properties to capture for a victory march to get a victory is not too terribly hard. One property still appears to be despicably neutral, right here. Battlecopter hits tank. Battlecopter hits tank. Tank hits tank. This infantry can sprint down, hit this infantry unit there. Does take out the battlecopter there. Huh, wait. Did the 4 health battlecopter take out a 9 health battlecopter? Huh. I guess it's the power of double comm towers. I'm so used to casting games with 1 comm tower. It must have been also on the lower hand of 8. It does get a nice pick there with the boost strike on that battlecopter. Sometimes I just my internal math is not that great. We do not have a victory march available. Units are not prepped to sprint hit infantry units properties all across the map, though there are some tanks occupying them. If this is going to be a victory march deployment, it will probably be used for combat, not for capturing. Could actually flip these 2 properties here. That's pretty much it. I suppose this one could be flipped. Victory March has been spawned, or summoned. Max sprints, takes out the tank. That was a good shot there. You can see here, this is on 0 defense stars, same for sure. 99 to 107% chance, so it was already damaged, so it was guaranteed to kill. But even at full health, it's nearly guaranteed. You have to roll abysmal luck to not kill. Battlecopter hits battlecopter, infantry hits battlecopter. Takes on the infantry unit there, takes on the infantry unit there. Picking off multiple infantry units there. Goes for the flip, double flip, do a flip. Huh, goes for the infantry unit and not for the artillery. That's interesting. I suppose the artillery was like to get a shot off anyway, so go for the full kill. Infantry, anti-air. We do have a high society. Honestly, against someone who goes for a lot of cheaper units, not necessarily on properties, it may be better to go for high societies, even if it is not great on this map. Because right now, high society will provide 20 properties with plus 6% firepower, which is very good. High Society has been summoned. Picks off that unit there. Can get boost strike and pick off that infantry unit there with additional plus 200% firepower. Is she falling just ever so slightly short? It needs high luck to pick it off. It's probably the extra 10% defense with activating power and superpower that's really helping her out there. Sounds are now 20 properties versus 18. Medium tank strikes infantry unit there. Nothing to counter the medium tank over here other than this battle copter, more or less. Mech and artillery takes out tank. Battlecopter could strike Battlecopter here, help give the medium tank a bit of extra breathing room. Decides to pull back there. Dealing with 1 health infantry, it's not going to be too terrible. And in fact, the Battlecopter's in range either way. Turning the medium tank not in visual range, now it's in visual range. Medium tank push right forward, takes a good shot at the infantry unit there, revealing itself, as well as hiding itself. Mech gets struck, trying to flip a property. Hits the artillery. Infantry, and medium tank. On a note as well, the cruiser on top of the HQ is still alive, so you don't have to worry about it being captured by a victory march anytime soon. Here hits Battlecopter, tank hits Battlecopter, mech finish off the tank. I would assume the mech should have got the shot first and seeing how expensive the tank is. Battlecopter hits Battlecopter. Both players have the power. There may be an Urban Blight next turn. We'll strike a mech, tank, Battlecopter, infantry. Force a cruiser. And an infantry unit way over here. Does get some good shots there. Finish off Gunoma units there. Medium tank is here. This medium tank is way over here. And large on supports behind enemy lines, but it's no Tiger. Battlecopter, infantry, and tank. Possible victory march this turn, but unlikely. Picks off that unit there. Infantry unit takes a shot against the Battlecopter. Gets a good amount of damage onto it. Takes the Battlecopter there. Mechs aren't getting the range to hit the medium tank. Infantry, and Neo tank. Be careful of the Urban Blight, possibly. But she could be seen with the High Society. Medium tank hits medium tank. Oops, sorry, hit my microphone pretty badly there. High Society can now be summoned. Probably a good idea to wait till next turn. But Victory March is also available. Got infantry units ready to head down south here. So this, I guess a T-copter ran out of fuel. Didn't realize how low it was. T-copter does get sunk to the bottom of the shore. And we do not have Victory March. This can't range anything. The one property there could be ranged. Hits the infantry unit there. Mech hits A-tier. Medium tank hits infantry unit there. Battlecopter hits medium tank. Hits the infantry unit there. Interrupts the capture. Mech falls back. Regular tank hits medium tank. Mech, A-tier, infantry, and T-copter. High Society can now be summoned. One flip, nothing too great there without Victory March. Looks like no High Society this turn. Join captures. Both players at 21 units. Pipe scene does get destroyed there. Another tank, infantry, and A-tier. Neo tanks, of course, not spotted, but Kindle does have 2 full health medium tanks. Battlecopter hits tank, tank hits tank. Battlecopter hits medium tank. Enters the range of their artillery, so that medium tank will be shelled. Possible High Society this turn. Semi-insert of 120,000 versus 112. High Society does capture 1 property, which brought her back up to 20 properties. So plus 60% firepower global. Artillery shells that tank there. Hits tank. Was a one-shot the tank thanks to the extra firepower. Nice 200% firepower bonus onto that one. Does spot the Neo tank. In spotting the Neo tank, it probably, if she would have spotted the Neo tank earlier, she probably would have held the High Society and wait for a turn where a medium tank or battle copters could strike the Neo tank. But she did not. Double time is available once again. Battlecopter gets a boosted strike on that Neo tank. Medium tank gets a good strike on the Neo tank, not doing 10% damage in return. And the infantry unit takes a shot at it, but it's probably close to 1% health now. Battlecopter, infantry, and recon. Or infantry, recon, tank. Bah. Battlecopter, infantry hits battlecopter. Neo tank could be brought back to get a little bit of health going, but may not be worth it. Does get pulled back to get some health going. Interrupts 2 captures in the center of the map. Infantry, artillery, infantry, and battlecopter. Move strike there, takes out the battlecopter. Artillery's starting to run low on ammo. A couple joint captures. Medium tank finds a mech in the worst way possible. Not to mention now there's infantry units nearby to stop the capture comm tower as well. In other words, Sam's going to get some great victories up north. She's pretty close to a victory march. And here takes out. Got a double time. Mech gets a great shot, falls with a good shot that finishes off the tank, interrupts the capture severely. Mech hits the infantry, battlecopter hits medium tank. May sack the 3L from Neo tank to hit it, honestly. But there's another medium tank spotted now. It's the infantry unit there. Interrupts the capture. This one has 6 capture frogs remaining and will be captured current rate. Neo tank does a shot against the medium tank. Urban Blight can now be summoned. Shells the mech. That artillery is now down to 1 ammo. Infantry, battlecopter, tank, and infantry. Anti-air hits infantry. Medium tank hits, or mech hits tank. Medium tank goes down, interrupts the capture there. Both players at 19,000 income. Mech, and anti-air. And turn of 103 versus 127, so Kindle has about full turn advantage. Battlecopter gets shot down, picks up the infantry unit there. Does put a shot there. High Society mid-turn. And got a spam bot. And got another spam bot. Somehow got 2 spam bots. Both things are completely broken. Do now double time on the field for the 1-2 step on it. I'm trying to say 1-2 punch, but I'm trying to think of a good marching joke there. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 1, year 1, year 1, 2, 3, 4. Neo tank infantry. And Sami has resigned. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see now. Yep, we can do this one. Just give me more, just my, whatchamacallit. And that should be pretty good. I'm just going to take time to ban those people off of Twitch. I'll worry about that later since my macro is rebuying some keys. Either way, let's get started. Greetings everyone, and Grid here for another Advanced Wars by Web replay. Spawn on the south side as Orange Star Adder, we got Leviathan XJVL, and spawn on the north side as the Gray Sky Jess, we got Min Taxer Invictus. The minimum taxes, and nothing involving min-maxers. This map is a 3-base map, 1 airport, extra, well, labs in the center, but they should do nothing. Pair of compounds in the center, and airports on a little moat there. Decent amount of roads on this map, isn't there? So recons will get a good amount of traversement. We do have double recon there by Jess. APC infantry by Adder, that's interesting. Infantry tanking commits a base skip. Infantry, and T-copter, so both players are going for transports. This map, the capture progress is 29, which is a little bit higher, but not necessarily high. It's something a bit more high middling. And the recon does not got reconned. So this recon's doing some great reconnoitering the area. And tank is in range of the recon there. Early pick there, and with the recon placed right there, pops on out, finish off the 2 of recon. Gotta pick up those wounded recons, also with final fours and continue spotting. Recons, doesn't matter how much health, they can still do reconning. Just may not, when they lose health, they may lose the capability to do a force recon. Tank infantry. Does get trapped there. Recon gets shot there. Going to be capturing the more of the properties. Right now 16,000 for 15,000 income. 2 tanks heading over to the west. And double 8 here by just this time around. Double tank here last turn by Adder. Has shot some infantry units. Double tank again by Adder. He does have 18,000 income, so he can afford double tank per turn. Same thing with Jess. Does take some shots there. Infantry unit hits infantry. Same there. Finish off 2 infantry units. Very nice. Interrupts and stops the capture. We now enter as the 18,000 income versus 17,000. 2 props will be captured next turn by Jess at the current rate, though 1 could be interrupted, if not both. Huh, I thought that one was going to be interrupted, but nope, this one does get interrupted. Each here hits recon hits recon, does not finish off said recon. Tank, infantry, and battlecopter. Do have a tank on the field by Adder. Recon actually hits the recon rather than hitting the tank. Interesting. Both players have their 1 comm tower. They are in the middle of the field just to be contestable, but not many players. They haven't really sent a bunch of stuff in the center. Though Adder's trying to get some stuff here, somewhere in the center. If units getting hit. Battlecopter, tank, and double infantry. Does take some good shots there. Infantry, and tank. Keeping 8,000 monies in the bank. May gonna go for something a bit more expensive next turn, such as a Neo Tank or Bomber. Chess right now does have 2 ATRs on the field. A Neo Tank would be half bad. Hell, maybe even a pair of medium tanks. A line of medium tanks, so each turn wouldn't be half bad. He is adder, so increased mobility for his power does help out. Do now have a power activated by adder. Does the infantry unit there. Adder does have a nice core of tanks here. 4 tanks, 1 artillery versus 4 tanks and 2 battlecopters. They are just battlecopters, will get 10% less firepower, but for counter, they effectively become normal battlecopters. ATR will not be struck, got Neo Tank infantry. Adder right now has 21,000 income per turn versus 18. So you could go for another Neo Tank next turn. And now do have the overdrive or turbocharge. This infantry unit there enters range the artillery, but artillery gets struck. Battlecopter's tank. Tank hits tank. Tank hits tank. Recon hits tank, or tank hits recon. Tank. Tank hits tank. Tank. Battlecopter. Battlecopter hits tank. Tank hits tank. And just making great swings down south all of our tanks. Right now she has a pretty good advantage out of day to day. She's up 130,000 versus 88. She's about 2 turn advantage, which is quite significant, especially by turn 15. Neo Tank up north has no proper counter. Battlecopters down south hit a Neo Tank. It may be best for him to go for medium tank infantry, and needs a medium tank over here to help stabilize the region. So he knows fighting against double battlecopter, and he only has 1 battlecopter. Does go for medium tank infantry, and does rotate the Neo Tank down south. Adder rotating Neo Tank like that's not going great for him. Infantry, battlecopter. And infantry. Tank hits tank. Another side slip activated. Does throw infantry unit on top of the mountainside, interrupts the capture there. Is an infantry unit twice. ATR, tank, and infantry. Neo Tank infantry. Got 3 tanks up north, or 4 tanks up north. Versus Adder's just 1, technically 2. So Adder is lacking forces down up north. Does have a medium tank Neo tank over here, help stabilize this region. Though so are 2 battle copters, 6 health anti-air and soon to be and a full health anti-air. So you should have good anti-air coverage for now. Tank gets knocked out, does go for the capture there. Just as 21,000 versus 20,000. The prop that's still despicably neutral is... Actually, I don't know which city's still not been captured just yet. Up way down here, bottom right. Tank hits infantry, tank hits infantry. Hits the battlecopter, hits the tank. Neo tank and medium tank are currently not spotted. Neo tank advancing. Both players have access to increased movement speed to get the first strike. But in this case, Adam does have the possibility of a secondary strike with medium tank. Two props trying to be flipped up north. Anti-air strikes battlecopter. You now have another side slip activated. Just has her overdrive now. Good amount of good first strikes over here. Got an battlecopter and anti-air, that's pretty much all remains. This tank is technically trapped. Neo tank could get a shot off, but won't be able to range the Neo tank or the medium tank. Does interrupt both those captures. We got the full overdrive now being activated. She might be able to range the Neo tank with her Neo tank. We need to take out this 8 health infantry there. I think overdrive battlecopter maybe will take it out. Oh, overdrive hitting the tank there. Neo tank does strike Neo tank. Puts a good round into it. They got the medium tank to follow up with a counterattack though. He does not have enough for a size up, but very close. Tank does hit tank. Anti-air hits tank. Tank hits tank. Tank hits tank. Infantry hits infantry. Infantry hits infantry. And again. Tank hits infantry. Infantry hits infantry. Adderley pretty much lost his entire flank up there. 144 versus 93, so about 50,000 fund difference, so he's still down by 2 turns or not 3 turns at the moment. Gets good shots there. Pops a side slip. Battlecopter hits a medium tank first, or Neo tank, and medium tank gets Neo tank from the forest or on the other side of the city. Medium tank, infantry, and recon. Neo tank sacks itself. We got a battlecopter here which can be shot down by the nearby anti-air. If this anti-air gets struck by this tank here, which it is possible, there'll still be at least 2 wounded anti-airs at that battlecopter. Not to mention just still sack the battlecopter into it. Try and flip the comm tower here. And looks like Jess will get it. Let's get a good shot there. Takes out that tank. Anti-air takes out battlecopter. Neo tank could strike the medium tank next turn, but we'll be in range of the Neo tank here. Good number of captures there. 19 or 17,000 income versus 25. But she also has both comm towers now. Tank is tank, or recon get hit by anti-air. Anti-air double infantry. Trapped anti-air gets struck. They actually may be able to win out the fight. One health infantry is trying to capture the city. I do not believe in you. Tank, infantry, recon, and battlecopter. Side slip activated. Interrupts the capture, anti-hits infantry. You have another overdrive available. New tank strikes infantry unit down south. It's the recon. Neo tank double infantry. Anti-air hits infantry. Recon hits infantry. Let's pick off some outlying infantry units there. Adder right now is 23 units versus 29 units. And I mentioned by about a turn or two behind in value. Does spot that tank until it's a little bit too late. Though that's 3 tanks are all slightly wounded versus 1 healthy tank. Adder's turn, just as a turn of 172 versus 111. Getting pretty far behind right now. Recon does get picked off. The HQ is under threat soon. And right now, Jess does have 3, now 4 Neo tanks on the field. Adder only has the 1. Neo tank infantry and infantry. Does strike the tank there. Infantry unit gets hit. Artillery, infantry, and tank. Flipping another property. This property here has another 2 capture progress remaining. Drops the capture of the comm tower, and so just so has both comm towers up and going. Another Neo tank infantry and recon. She can forward a Neo tank every single turn. Battlecopter, infantry, and recon. Oh, now the overdrive now activated there. Plus 2 range, extra firepower. 1 shots the medium tank, making it a medium rare tank likely. Strikes 2 artillery pieces there. Strikes the 3rd artillery piece. All of them going down there. Neo tank could probably strike Neo tank, but you have nothing in Neo tank, nor the Neo tank, nor the Neo tank, nor the 5th Neo tank. And with that, Adder does resign with 5 Neo tanks there. Yeah. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay. I don't know what else has lasted a Sonya matchup, so let's go ahead and do this one. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another not Age of Empires Advanced Wars by Web replay. Spawn on the north side as the even blacker hole Sonya, we got Lovi. Spawn on the south side as the gray sky Kindle, we got Min Taxer Invictus. One thing important to note is Sonya's probably the most intensive CO when it comes to all abilities, placing her at the bottom of the tier list. You just get +1 Fog War, which is very nice to have. So now the missile has 6 vision range. I mentioned things like the black bow just get additional vision range, things that sort. It's just very nice to have. And of course, more counterattack damage, and you get bad luck, which is basically, on average, 5% less firepower. But I think since they both run independently, yeah, it's about 5% less on average. But it's just 5% is a luck damage, which is more important than other forms of firepower due to the fact that it does basically a form of true damage. After all, if a full health infantry strikes a Neo tank, a full health Neo tank, it will at least able to potentially up to 9% damage. But that's simply not going to be the case. Missiles move around, just trying to get some spotting going. Infantry, tank, infantry. First tank on the field. Does take out the missile. Drops infantry unit off on the airport. This is a 3-base map. 1 airport, technically 1 seaport. It's only meant to resupply the lander. Mech is a good strike on. Oh, yep, I forgot about the question mark. This interior has take damage, but of course we don't know. It is Sonya. Here's one problem with casting Sonya. You don't know how much damage it probably takes. Since while we have cast vision, we can see everything that's going on. Problem is, I don't know all the damage the person takes upon attacking. Takes out mech there. And the extra counterattack damage was useful for that anti-air. Tank artillery. Of course, when it comes to Sonya's power and superpower, her superpower is actually pretty good, because it gives your abilities first strike, so they always attack first on defense, which can be like Eagle's lightning strike, you would imagine, but not perfectly. Battlecopter infantry, infantry. Tank and infantry. Tank is in range of the recon. Tank is in range of the tank. Does have an infantry unit there. Black bow could start being shelled by the artillery there. We got now a battlecopter, infantry, and infantry. This counter has not been captured up by Sonya. She probably should eye it. The effects of luck is increased with comm towers, which means her bad luck goes up. Yeah, I'm not sure if bad luck or luck. I know good luck does increase effective comm towers. I don't know how bad luck interacts with comm towers. Yeah, I have no idea. Did shell the tree unit there rather than shelling the black boat. Does get some good hits down south. Clean up a number of infantry there, but the tank's out in range of the tank. Black boat's next to that said tank. Tank closely will be double tapped. Infantry, tank, and anti-air. They had a nice even 100,000 versus 107,000, so they're still pretty even, can go either way. You do have to be careful of the urbanized property. Urban Blight could be very nice this map. This map also supports a 30 capture limit, so High Society can be very nice as well. Right now, High Society provide around plus 74% or 75% firepower, probably. Yeah, it's probably close to 72. So I'm gonna flip this city over here. Battlecopter strike tank is going to capture the central comm tower. And this anti-air is still there. Mech, tank, infantry. That mech may be used to engage that anti-air next. Battlecopter goes down. We got counter break now available. Only thing she has to be concerned about is indirects, but she will have her cheap double turn effect. Infantry, and tank. Counter breaks now active. This does not spot the Neo tank there. Time to flip some properties, or capture them. There's actually a good number of properties still despicably neutral. Missiles at the 3 health at the moment. We do now have a High Society available, which could be useful. Mech gets a good strike on the anti-air, however, the boost strike from being on top of property was quite severe. Another mech on the field. Goes for an Urban Blight rather than High Society. 6 capture progress remaining with 1 health. Does he got that unit there? I guess it wasn't 1 health. It's question mark health. Oh boy. And you can see there the Battlecopter got 2 points damage for going down. It may lose, but it will put up a fight. Anti-air tank. And that capture has already been interrupted thanks to that Urban Blight. Recon his infantry. New tank heading down south. New tank is way over here. Land is on the 22 fuel. Pipe scene gets struck. In range now of artillery piece. Battlecopter and infantry. does strike the recon. Now artillery's in range of that tank. Getting that anti-air would, and not getting both these anti-airs will allow the battlecraft a bit more free reign, but I only see one. No, this is a number. We got two medium or one medium tank and a pair of tanks. Oh, I did not see the bomber. A bomber of counterbreak means anti-airs will probably get just one-shotted trying to attack it. Infantry, tank, and anti-air. Sonya did manage to capture that comm tower, so she's at 2 comm towers a moment. High Society, mid-turn High Society. Right now she does have 22 properties, so this is about 66% firepower increase. Now I mentioned the plus 103% firepower attacking from urbanized terrain. Tank hits tank, battlecraft hits tank, Neo tank hits medium tank. Getting some good shelling there. Boost strike on that infantry unit there. Counter break is now available. I'll capture the comm tower there. May go to sack the recon to interrupt this capture. Does. Actually gets picked off there because the 100 and here. The increase of that, it's quite a bit of increased firepower to say the least. Because of the firepower increases at least by 200%. My mind's a little bit melted at the moment, my apologies. Missiles at 5 health. Tank, battlecopter, infantry, and infantry. Shells the black boat. Shoots the black boat from urbanized terrain. It takes the battlecopter, but in range for some artillery. And one property flipped over here. Anti-air tank. Counter break now active. The bomber can just advance and nuke the Neo tank. Shells the anti-air. The anti-air cannot push forward and take the battlecopter because they'll likely get one-shotted first. Though it could probably attack from urbanized terrain and get some extra firepower bonuses, but it'll probably be around 2 health at best. New tank get repaired on up there. Urban Blight's now available. So if counter break is probably a good idea to stall off the turn. Recon, tank, infantry. Yep, decide to go very passive that turn, because it's effectively a double turn. Bombs the anti-air. Kindle does have 148 versus 131, so she does have about a turn advantage. Oh, I just realized something. This comm tower has not been captured yet. So all these attacks have been with less firepower. There we go. Another Neo tank, infantry. I mean, it's a very late capture. This comm tower should probably not have been captured on turn 19. Urban Blight has been summoned. Neo tank's at 6 health. Boost strike there, taking it on the tank, takes it out easily because right now the plus 80% firepower bonuses. Nice plus 80% firepower from attacking from urbanized terrain. Kindo's making a bit of clean sweep here. This artillery is probably close down to like 2 health, if not 1 health. It's at 2 health. Those pull back to some property. Battlecopter into range of the anti-airs. Hits the infantry unit there. Mutant hits infantry. Missile, I thought. Nope. It was 2 tiles out of range, let alone being in range of that battlecopter. Tank infantry and anti-air. Bomber still flying about, causing issues. Another anti-air does strike the bomber. Does manage to one-shot it there. Or whatever health it had left. It's, of course, a Sonya bomber, so I don't know how much health actually he had. Mutant hits a tank. Do we have another counter break available? But right now, Kindo has 166 versus 126. Of course, for day-to-day funds. Kindo has a clear advantage, 190 to 130. So she has about a 3-turn advantage, approximately. Or 2 turns. Rotating up around here. Artillery, infantry, and tank. Bomber heading down south. Anti-air, tank. That was used by the infantry a little bit. Tank, tank, and infantry. This prop is still despicably neutral, waving the French flag. Rocket, infantry, and tank. Medium tank, infantry, and infantry. Does hit the recon there. Counter break is available. May want to use the bomb to strike a anti-air, and of course to deny the anti-airs from striking. Oh, counter break now. That doesn't seem like a great counter break. She could edge her way forward. Maybe she moved the Neo tank forward and realizes a Neo tank there. That's why she went forward to save her Neo tank. The battlecopters can pepper it up. There's actually a good number of battlecopters there. Shells takes out the tank there. Boosts the medium tank, another medium tank. Whole bunch of weights up north. Sonya's counter break. Lord did nothing there. New tank hits infantry. Does strike the pipe scene twice more. Neo tank infantry and infantry. Battlecopter. Artillery is running out of range of the Neo tank. Meme tanks as well. Actually, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Meme tank is in range of the Neo tank. Recon pushes forward, hits the infantry unit there, hits the infantry unit. This black boat's at 1 health. This black boat is at 12 fuel. This one's at 25 fuel. I don't know how there's that much fuel difference. I guess I really moved around in that puddle. Hits the infantry unit, boost strike there, in range the artillery. Bomber and Neo-tank can push forward as well. Of course, got multiple medium tanks at backline. Battlecopter, infantry, recon, and recon. Hits the tank there, hits infantry. Tank hits tank. Tank hits tank. Tank hits tank. Bomber hits tank. High society cannot be brought in. Neo-tank hits tank. Spots the artillery. Tank hits artillery. Mech gives a strike on the pipe scene. Full high society. 23 properties, so what, 69% firepower bonus. Takes the bomber 1 shot. Medium tank is in range of the Neo tank. Artillery could shell it a little bit there, does not. Hit the looks like he uses medium tank to strike the Neo tank. Probably at 2 health, I would want to say, for that Neo tank. If not 1 health. 2 health. Neo tank, infantry. Lander has been sunk. Was that lander actually out of that fuel? That's a bit of a mistake for losing a lander like that when there's a seaport there get resupplied. Neo tank is down to 2 health and could see the counter break. Neo tank infantry and infantry. Hits, interrupts the capture. Neo tank hits anti-air. Battlecopter hits Neo tank. You can see the counterattack damage actually doing some significant work. Neo tank gets struck thrice and now twice. Will we see it get hit quintice? Yes, we are going to see that Neo tank gets quintice and goes down. Anti-air, tank and tank. Here's the pipe scene, tank, and infantry. Neo tank is on top of force, does get spot there. Neo tank can hit Neo tank. That'll be from the shore. Oh, Battlecopter gets a good strike there first. Finish off the missile. Medium tank hits 1 health tank. I wonder if there's also some issues with the question mark health. Because the medium tank hitting the 1 health tank makes no sense, but that could have been the question mark health. I've been forgetting the fact that his opponent sees question mark health. Hence the questionable actions sometimes. Tank, Battlecopter, pair of infantry. Kindle insert of 124,000 versus 116. She has double the amount of value. This is not going great for Sonya at the moment. Neo tank finished off Neo tank. Got another counter break. ATR tank. Does hit the infantry unit there. Does survive there. Ooh, remember, you take counterattack your opponent's attack damage first, so that you take receive the first strike. It was a booster strike onto it thanks to the urbanized property, but still. Infantry, recon, and battlecopter. Yeah, that fight pretty much came out a bit even. Shells the Neo-Tank, finish off the Neo-Tank. Infantry recon hits a mech. Neo-Tank hits tank. Tank hits tank. Or tank hits recon. Another Urban Blight can now be summoned. And Sonya does resign there. The sand grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I have time for one more replay for tonight, but before I do that, I do need to use the restroom. Please give me a moment. My apologies, I am back. Let's see now. I've done how many games of Kindle today? Could do this one. That one probably is the one I'm going to be doing, though I've already done quite a bit of Kindle, like I said. Oops, did I save that one twice? Another Kindle. How many Kindle games are there? Double Kindle. Let's do this one. There we go. That cleared up that pile of stuff. So let's go and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay. Oh wait, I forgot to adjust the map. Spawn on the north side is the Orange Star Drake, got Leviathan XJVL. Spawn on the bottom side is the Norcliffe Sonya. We have a Night Guy. Give me one moment, I realize I've got to adjust this. And there we go. So let's actually get started. This map is a 3-base map, technically 2 airports, technically a handful of seaports, but it's not a naval map since there's enough shores in the region to prevent any sort of movement. At best, you can get a battleship in these corner bits here. There's 2 compounds for both players. We do have a recon outflow in the field by Sami. Recon double infantry there. More infantry, recon push forward. There's no land access for ground vehicles to get forward, but there's foot access. Another recon here by Drake. Drake's ground vehicle is completely and utterly ordinary. Well, Sami's does lose 10% firepower, so they're both pretty even in that aspect. Recon spots for recon. Recon get a good first strike on the recon. Infantry, infantry, infantry. So Sami sees up 8,000 monies. Battlecopter, infantry, infantry. It loses minus 30% firepower, so they're really not great. Drake battlecopters can do some really stupid stuff. Tank, T-copter, and infantry. Both players now have a T-copter. Tank, infantry, and infantry. Does get trapped there. Tank and infantry. There's the infantry unit while at it. Does get trapped there. More infantry units and a battlecopter for Sami. Other direct units lose 10% firepower, but that also means indirect units retain full damage, so artillery is still normal. Tank, and infantry. Tank hits recon. Interrupts the capture the center. This one will be captured, however, along the counter. 18,000 versus 18,000 income. Infantry, and tank. This map does offer 36 capturable properties, so this is a pretty high income map without being high income or high funds. It's high income, not high funds. Perfect. Anti-air, and infantry. Does get a good shot there on that infantry unit there. And there. Shot on the infantry unit there. Neo-tank infantry and recon. Hits the recon. Does get trapped there.